Jingle bells ringing in my ear. Jingle bell, a sound that's oh so dear. Frosty the snowman is all around town. Watch out for reindeers are falling down.
So we had plans today, and guess what? Those plans are no more. Connor actually got really sick in the middle of the night last night, and so today was supposed to be his Christmas party at school. However, he's obviously not able to go to school. So we are still going to make cinnamon rolls, and I got some paper plates to take to the party, so I still need to do that this morning, and then I'm gonna go over to the school and drop that stuff off around 10:30 this morning. I mentioned that I was gonna do my Christmas baking this week, but I also got sidetracked on that and I wasn't able to go out and get all of my ingredients in time to do my baking yesterday. So we're gonna shift that to this weekend. But what I do want to do today is kind of plan out what I want to make. I found this recipe on Delish, and it has a good rating. It's Elf on the Shelf inspired Mischief Munch. And so there's like cereal in it, marshmallows, M&Ms, and then you kind of like pour white chocolate over that. So that's something new that I wanna make this year. I'm gonna go ahead and get my recipe binder out and kind of start flipping through everything to see what I want to include. I tried to do a mix of like sweet and savory. So like I will make the Crispix mix that I make every year. So let me grab that, start flipping through that. And then I also put in a Walmart order this morning, which will arrive here shortly because I needed the cinnamon rolls. I was gonna go out to the store and get stuff, but now that Connor's sick, I just got everything for delivery. All right, so this is a very small Walmart order, but I thought I would show it to you guys anyway. So we got some Sprite, because that's good for tummy bugs. I also thought that this would be good for lunch today. It's a Panera baked potato soup, and then I also got a chopped salad kit. So I've been looking for the Taylor Farms mini citrus salad kit. I can't find it anymore. I know they've stopped making some of them because there have been a lot of issues with recalls lately. But I thought I'd try this one instead. Pomegranate citrus. It's got iceberg lettuce, green leaf lettuce, carrots, cabbage, pomegranate dressing. Oh, it has feta cheese in it and candied pecans. Well, I got some goat cheese to go with it, so maybe I'll use that instead of the feta. And then, like I said, I'm gonna be dropping off the stuff for Connor's party today. So I was supposed to bring plates. So I got some of these cute nutcracker plates, 4 cans of cinnamon rolls with the cream cheese icing, and then I got some disposable pans as well so I can bake them in those and take them to the school. And then we got some medicine for nausea, meclizine, some generic Pepto-Bismol tablets, and then I've never seen these before, but they are stomach settle drops. I guess they have lemon, mint, and ginger in them, so we can try those too. So I'm trying to do a better job of like taking inventory of what I have this year when it comes to my baking before just like going to the store and buying a bunch of stuff. So this is the bin that I have in my pantry for all of my like cookie decorating stuff. And obviously since it's Christmas, we're gonna make sugar cookies. I have a bunch of like piping bag stuff. I typically don't use that for my sugar cookies. I usually make like I don't know if it's called royal icing, but it's an icing I make with meringue powder and water and powdered sugar. And then I make it the consistency that it's a little bit, what is wrong with you? I was whining. He's probably like, I want cookies. Anyway, so I usually make it the consistency that the kids can take a knife, like a butter knife, and spread it on the cookies. And then I just dye it a bunch of different colors. So it looks like I have, I don't know, I need to make sure. I use the gel icing colors from Wilton because those are the best in terms of making the icing like a really deep color. But it looks like I am out of red and green, so that's fantastic. I do have a light blue, which is nice for like snowflakes and stuff. And then I'll go ahead and get all of my like Christmassy sprinkles out and put them in a bin so that we'll have those. I'll see how much meringue powder I have. Oh, yeah, I should have enough of that. And then I think, so every Christmas Eve I do a Christmas movie themed, we do a Christmas movie themed like food party, and then we watch Christmas movies. Like our favorites are Christmas Vacation, Elf, Home Alone, and then whatever else we want to watch. And I ordered this on Amazon, I feel like a few years ago, and I haven't used it yet. It's a Elf banner. And then these are just like some cupcake sticks. So I'm gonna go ahead and get those out as well, just so I don't forget that I have them. There's like balloons too. I don't know that we're necessarily gonna use those, but we'll get them out anyway. I don't know that we've ever used this before, but it's a color spray. I assume you could use this for cookie frosting just like you could cake frosting. Do you think sprinkles expire? I feel like they don't because they're just like pure sugar. All right, so I just put all of my Christmas sprinkles, I almost said stickers. Christmas sprinkles and stuff for sugar cookies in this bin, and then I'll put that one back in the pantry. We got our cinnamon rolls, we got our plates, we're headed over to the school. So I put the cinnamon rolls in those, you know, 9x13 dishes or pans or whatever. And sometimes I make them like that where they're all together at home, but a lot of times too, I'll just put them on a cookie sheet separated. And I totally forgot that it takes way longer to bake when they're all kind of like smashed together like that. And so I tried to take them out at 15 minutes and they were still doughy in the middle. And I was like, crap, I'm not gonna have enough time. But actually, I think that Connor told me the kids are at recess right now, and then they'll have their party in 10 minutes when they come back from recess. So I'll have more than enough time to get over to the school and bring in the cinnamon rolls. But what I was gonna say is that I actually kind of like it. So Connor's in 6th grade, and they recently changed it a few years back. It used to be here where we lived that 6th, 7th, and 8th grade was middle school or junior high. And then they changed it so that now just 7th and 8th is junior high, and K through 6th is in the grade schools, which I think is fine. Like 6th graders, you know, when I was in junior high, I had to go to middle school, junior high, and 6th grade, but now they're back in the grade schools. And so even though Connor's in 6th grade, like they still get to have class parties, you know, go to recess, like all the fun stuff that you probably don't get to do once you go to middle school. So actually I think that's kind of fun. But I do know that, you know, I'm very cognizant that this is the last year that I'm going to get to do any of this stuff with my kids, because obviously Kira's in high school now, and she's not having Christmas parties and Valentine parties and all that stuff. So, you know, I do try, I shouldn't say I try, because I do go to mostly all of the parties. As long as I know in advance if something's going on, like for example, you know, a Christmas party, a Valentine's party, Halloween party, I can kind of block out my schedule at work so I don't have to travel that week. There have been weeks when I have had to travel on the week of Halloween, but I've been able to leave like later that day after the Halloween party. Well, no, not really. That didn't happen because then we wouldn't have been trick-or-treating. No, because I'm not missing trick-or-treating. I remember one year I had to travel the week of Halloween, and I think Halloween was on a Monday, and I was able to leave like super early Tuesday morning. So somehow I'm always able to make it work. And obviously I'm lucky to have a job where I can leave, you know, take a couple hours of vacation and go to a party or something like that. So anyway, I talked about that I think in a video not too long ago, but it's super important for me to do that stuff because those are like core memories for kids. You know, like you think back to grade school, I can still remember my Halloween parties. Well, actually, I didn't get to go to Halloween parties because I grew up in an evangelical cult, and as you know, Halloween is the devil's holiday. And so it was always super embarrassing for me because my mom would come and pick me up from school right before the Halloween party, and so I never got to do it, and it was always so embarrassing, and I was always so mad. I was always mad about it because I like, even at that age I knew, like, listen, this is bullshit. Like I'm sorry, you could, you know, everyone can believe what they want, but like, I'm sorry, dressing up like a, you know, a My Little Pony and having a Halloween party with your second grade class, you know, that is not indeed devil worship right there. So, you know, you guys know what I'm talking about. All right, so I was talking to one of the moms in the class. She's like, are you staying? I'm like, well, no, because Connor's not even here today and I need to go home and make sure he's okay. Actually, I don't really have to because Adam is home also. But anyway, she's like, she's like, you made cinnamon rolls? I'm like, well, I mean, I bought them in a can and I baked them. I baked them and then I put Christmas sprinkles on them. Like, I figure for like the 6th grader palate, you know, Pillsbury cinnamon rolls aren't perfect. My actual favorite cinnamon rolls are the Rhodes cinnamon rolls, but those things are huge, and you know, let them rise and you bake them in the morning and stuff like that, and I didn't really want to mess with that. Plus they turn out so big that I feel like they're not as appropriate for a school party, just because, you know, the ones I got were like little and the kids can like easily put them on their plate. So anyway, I think what I'm gonna do now is go to Hy-Vee. Why? I don't know, because I feel like I want an energy drink from Starbucks, and I'm just gonna walk around and see what they have. I don't know if they have any good sales this week. I'll have to look at the ad and see. I also need to figure out what I'm gonna make for dinner tonight. I was thinking maybe pot roast, but if I'm gonna do that, I don't know, all my roasts are in the freezer. I don't know, we'll figure it out. Look how pretty these purple poinsettias are. I feel like they're kind of pricey, 30 bucks. Like, I don't want to spend 30 bucks, but they're very pretty. Oh my gosh, and they have blue ones too. Those are so awesome. Okay, so they have the floral department Christmas stuff at 30% off. Actually, I think I'm gonna get this. So I don't have one of these. It's like a Christmas countdown, and it's only $15. So 30% off, that'd be just about 10 bucks. So this is neat. It's kind of pricey, 25 bucks. I personally wouldn't pay 25 bucks for this, but it's got olives, mozzarella, and then it looks like maybe prosciutto wrapped mozzarella. They also have these snowmen. Those are cute. $7.99. That's not bad. You get a lot of cheese ball for that. All right, so I decided for dinner tonight I'm gonna make steak, and I'm going to put it in the sous vide. So I just got 2 packages out of the freezer. So every year we get a half of a cow from a person that Adam works with who farms cattle, and it means that we basically don't have to buy beef all year. So it's kind of a big upfront cost, but it really makes a difference. It comes out to less than $3 per pound for everything: steaks, ground beef, roasts. It's like an awesome deal. So what I did was I defrosted these in the microwave. They're still a little bit frozen, and that's fine. You can put them in the sous vide like that. I season these really well because they're super thick steaks with Lowry's seasoned salt, and then I wanted a little bit of spice, so I also used some of these Korean chili flakes. I'm gonna grab the sous vide out of the pantry, and then you can vacuum seal these before you sous vide them. However, I usually don't mess with getting the vacuum sealer out, and I'll just use a Ziploc bag. So I've got my steaks in here. I'll go ahead and link this sous vide. This all came in one system with, you know, the water bath container and the sous vide, but you don't actually need this part. If you have like a big stock pot, you can use that as well. but I'll link this down below. I've actually been meaning to do a video like on sous vide, like different things you can use it for. I've been meaning to do a video for a super long time. I need to like schedule that in to January maybe, but I put each, since the steaks were so large, I put each of them into a separate gallon Ziploc bag, and I'm making way more than we're gonna eat tonight. In fact, Adam and I will probably just split that T-bone, and then we'll have extra. So I do like to have extra steak, you know, cooked steak, slice it up, throw it in the fridge. You can use it in the morning with, you know, steak. You can have steak and eggs for breakfast. You can chop it up, put it on salads, season it up with some taco seasoning, and use it on, you know, in a burrito bowl or steak quesadilla or whatever. So that will be good for that. And then I'm gonna wait a little bit to make the rest of dinner because I'm just gonna make baked potatoes in the microwave because I don't want to deal with doing them in the oven, and they usually take about an hour. So I'm just gonna do baked potatoes in the microwave. And then I'm not sure if I'm gonna make the steamed broccoli I was thinking of. I might just slice up some tomatoes and put salt and pepper on them. We might just have that on the side. So I did go ahead and let me show you what I ended up deciding for my Christmas baking. So I went through my recipe binder, and there's a Crispix mix that I always make. So I'm gonna make that again because I like to have like a couple savory options. I always do like the Rolo pretzels that you bake in the oven, then you put like a pecan or an M&M on top of them. I also found this recipe. This is, my mom wrote this recipe in 1980. It's for butterscotch nuggets, and it says it's my dad's favorite cookie. I've never made them before, so we'll make them and see if they're good. And then this is the Elf on the Shelf Mischief Munch that I found. So we're gonna make that. I got out the recipe for peanut butter blossoms because we always make those. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do the sponge candy or not. We'll see. This is something that my grandma on my dad's side used to make, and I wouldn't say it's involved, but it's a little bit of a touchy recipe. And then once the candy itself is done, you have to dip it in chocolate, and it's kind of an involved process. Peanut butter balls, have to make those. So we have like some maybes and then some like non-negotiables, you know. Sugar cookies with frosting are always non-negotiable. Another negotiable, but I really want to make them this year, are these cherry cheesecake cookies. I got this recipe out of Cook's Country. It looks like 14 years ago. They're really good. And then I got the cheese ball recipe out also. I'm not sure if I'm gonna make those or not, but we'll see. I do want to get my grocery list made for all the things I'm planning. Oh, you know what, the other thing I want to make, because I don't like making all sweet stuff. I like to make a few savory things too. So like I have the Crispix mix, but do you guys know those spicy saltine crackers that people make? I think you use like oil and crusher pepper flake and saltines, and I don't know, I'm gonna have to find a recipe for them online, but I've always wanted to make those. I never have, so maybe I'll do that this year also. But anyway, I have my list, so probably later tonight I'll make my grocery list, and then maybe I'll go to the grocery store tomorrow, and then we'll do the baking on Saturday. I don't know, that's just kind of what I'm thinking. And then I'm also making my lists of what I need to make for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. So for Christmas Eve, we always do a Christmas movie themed party, kind of like all day. So we watch Christmas movies, and then we I make like a lot of the food from like Home Alone, Christmas Vacation, Elf, you know, movies like that, and it's really fun. The kids like it a lot. And then Christmas Day, we always cook breakfast here at home. While we cook breakfast, eat, open presents, and then we always go over to Adam's parents' house in the afternoon. So I'm gonna bring beef stew. We're kind of doing like a soup and sandwiches thing. So I'm gonna bring beef stew, and I know for sure these two couple things I'm gonna bring. There's probably gonna be a few more, but I just haven't decided yet. So I'm gonna make beef stew and a bacon ranch pasta salad. And then I'll probably bring some kind of an appetizer over there. I haven't decided yet. And then I'm gonna make chocolate pie and pumpkin bars. So I'm just kind of trying to like think ahead, because Christmas is rapidly approaching, right? Like it's what, on Wednesday? of next week. So I'm just trying to make sure I'm not in the last minute rush of going to the grocery store and fighting the crowds. I mean, I know I'm gonna fight crowds, but you know, I still need to get stuff for stockings, and so there's still a lot of stuff left to do, but obviously I have time. I'm not freaking out yet. So I don't know what it was about that steak. Maybe it was the seasoning I put on it, but it turned out so good. Probably one of the best steaks I've ever made in the sous vide. I'll show you what I used. I think I told you, but no, did I? I don't remember. No, I think I told Adam. So I used Lowry's seasoned salt. No, I did tell you this. I can't even remember what I told you and what I didn't tell you. I used Lowry's seasoned salt and then these Korean chili flakes. It turned out really good. Obviously we have a ton of steak left over, so I put it in the fridge and we'll use that just for leftovers throughout the next couple of days. But what I do is after I take the steaks out of the sous vide, you just sear them in a really hot pan with a little bit of oil. And then I cook the baked potatoes in the microwave. So I was looking online, and New York Times had a method where you cook the potatoes for 11 minutes in the microwave, but you cook them at 50% power. And they actually turned out really good. And then you flip them over halfway through. So I'll definitely be trying that again. And then obviously I had the tomatoes with salt and pepper. So that was a really good dinner. I think tomorrow, Connor's been asking me to make mac and cheese. And even though he's like sick today, he has like a bad stomach bug. I think he's feeling better. I don't think he's better enough to go to school tomorrow, but I'll see tomorrow if he feels well enough. But I found this recipe online for smokehouse macaroni and cheese. Apparently it's supposed to be like the mac and cheese at Q39, which is a barbecue restaurant in Kansas City, and he loves it so much. And I actually have a pork roast out in the freezer that I need to use up. Do I have barbecue sauce? So I thought I could put that frozen pork roast in the crock pot tomorrow morning and then have it cook all day. And then, yeah, I do have barbecue sauce. And then I have some buns that I got from the store this week. And then I can cook up that broccoli and then we'll have mac and cheese. I'm only gonna make half of the mac and cheese recipe because this says it serves 12. And I'm like, I don't want like half a pan of, you know, 6 servings of mac and cheese left over in my fridge. So yeah, I don't know that I was really that productive today, but again, I'm just getting started on my Christmas vacation off of work. I have like quite a few things that I want to try and get done during this time that I have off, so I'll share that with you guys as I do it. But thank you again for watching this video, and I'll see you tomorrow for another day of Vlogmas. Bye.